Uranium friends checking in weekly charts. Going to do a quick blast here on a lot of these names. We're starting off with these big boards. All right. So CCJ, weekly chart, right? When I talk about losing trend, um, I am talking about this double moving average line, which I talk about over and over in my videos, over and over, right? Weekly 12 EMA, 50-day daily simple moving average, right? Double moving average rider all the way up, all the way up. Little undercut there, gets it right back, all the way up. Now we've lost it completely. We've also lost these anchored VWAP metrics. Um, and that's that. So full trend loss here on the weekly chart on CCJ. Time will tell, right? Denison. Denison. Weekly. Double moving average rider over and over. Lost it. Okay. Coming into some horizontal support, coming into some pretty major volume support here. Possibility on a bounce. All right. I'm just looking at weeklies. Maybe we'll zoom in on these big boards after. Okay. Encore Energy weekly. Okay. Faring better than Denison and Chemical at the moment, right? So you got its ride. It has its little undercut. Not the best look coming into some horizontal supports here. See what it is, but that's right into a little bit of a gap in the volume shelf here. So, a little more time on Encore. The other guys are going to lead the way, right? So, where CCJ has really lost its trend metric. I mean, big time, right? It's used it as resistance, and same with Denison, right? Yeah. So Encore, it's just getting a little bit of an undercut, but you could start to see some acceleration there. Nothing crazy yet. Just looking at the weeklies on the big names. Okay. We'll take a look at Centrus. Centrus is getting smoked also. It's coming into this value area inside of a much bigger value area. It's losing all of its moving averages metrics. It's below the 200-day moving average. There's nothing looking good about that at all. Next gen weekly chart again lost the key metric. Anybody, you can draw trend lines if you want, right? Maybe do that for yourself, but there's nothing cleaner than what I'm looking at with this metric here, and it's been that way forever. And even if you go back to, previous runs, same deal, right? Loses it, loses it. Nothing crazy. So like next gen, it's going to be a behavioral change, especially if we lose this 200-day moving average, right? So that's next gen. What's next on there? We will look at that. UEC, same deal, right? So everything is the same. There are subtle differences. Some have lost it a lot bigger, like UEC and CCJ. Some haven't. Encore is holding up better. Um, this is going to be scary. Let's take a look at UROY first. Uranium royalty, yeah, lost it a while ago. Regained nice little bounce. Lost it again. So still, just this rider isn't as clear as other ones. UROY just trades differently anyway. URG, same deal. I mean, the double moving average has been acting as support. Little undercut there. Um, Same deal, right? So a lot of these trend metrics are lost. So, one could have said the trend metric was lost here too, right? So, with URG, there's a little bit of a secondary metric that we're catching, right? So it's bouncing off this blue line here. See if it does the same here. Otherwise, are we revisiting the 200-day? Energy fuels. Uh, Disregard this line. I'm going to look at this later, but yeah, I mean, it's lost it a long time ago. It's just continuing down, but it is coming back into its lifetime value area. If you looked at my other video that I posted maybe a week or two ago about it, look, these orange boxes, they have some relevance, right? Because the life of the stock is interacting with these orange boxes in many ways. So, by all intents and purposes, the space has lost its trend on the weekly. If you're a trend line player and you don't care about these moving averages, well, you're how the trend lines look uh, is meaningful. You have to get to draw these trend lines properly. But same deal, right? moving average rider, big loss, right? So, you know, uh, people that are falling knife trading or attempting to take positions in mining equities, it would pay to, it's probably pays to pay attention to the situation that U.UN is in right now. So there is some structure here. It is testing that structure. There is a little volume support here, so this is probably going to be a little bit of an interesting spot, right? Where, I'm sure everybody's hoping for a bounce here. You see U.UN do it, then maybe the mining equities are going to follow with probably with some lag, right? So the thing is that I'm relatively sure and confident that most people that are waiting for drawdowns in the space, this is probably going to be their first look, right? We've seen the strength in the physical trust outperforming the majority of the miners. So the buyers, if they step in, they're going to probably step in here first. And then they'll probably step into the big board names after, maybe possibly some, strong contenders for long-term plays like Global Atomic, right? So if you look at Global Atomic, good, solid trend here on the weekly double moving average. Hasn't lost it yet. Actually had a little bit of a bounce on it. So global is showing strength, uh, which is different, right? So let's just look at fishing. Fishing's lost it, right? What else does everybody like and talk about? Let's take a look at Mega. Lost it. Right, pretty strong law. I mean, you could see. You don't need to be any sort of technical analysis genius to see that the major trend is lost now, and Mega could be telling us something also because now it's losing the blue line. So interesting to see that. Paladin harder to chart, right? Probably PDN is going to be better to chart in this situation. Same deal, like Paladin stronger, right? It's holding up. It's holding this moving average metric, and it's telling you, hey, look, I undercut it a little bit, but I'm still taking this ride, right? So maybe you start to see some sideways chop here for Paladin. It would be nice to see, right? But stronger in the moving average metric compared to a lot of the other names. Probably gonna have to do uh, the Australian one too. Let's just take a look here. Is it okay, Bannerman? Yeah, similar to Paladin. Paladin's a little bit stronger as far as just the moving average metric is concerned, but there too, right? Let's just might as well look at Deep Yellow. Yeah, same deal, right? So Deep Yellow does have some more volatility. It does do these undercuts. But weekly still looks fine. It's some of these Australian names at the moment are holding up better than some of the North American names, interestingly enough, on the weeklies, okay? And that is just the moving average metric that I like to use in the space, all right? So over and out, individual stuff coming in this weekend for the next couple hours or so, but overview, weeklies, not looking great, at least on the big board names, all right? Uranium friends, see ya.